Welcome to the Channel for Grace. Gobind will be live shortly. Book a tarot or astrology reading on our website, channelforgrace.guru, and check out our latest programs and classes. Please give us a share and a like, and we hope you enjoy the broadcast. Welcome to the Channel for Grace. Gobind will be live shortly. Book a tarot or astrology reading on our website, channelforgrace.guru, and check out our latest programs and classes. Please give us a share and a like, and we hope you enjoy the broadcast. Welcome to the Channel for Grace. Gobind will be live shortly. Book a tarot or astrology reading on our website, channelforgrace.guru, and check out our latest programs and classes. Please give us a share and a like, and we hope you enjoy the broadcast. Hello, beautiful star seeds. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Gobind, and this is your Channel for Grace. Thank you guys so much for being here live in the chat. And then thank you to those of you that are watching the replay. I really appreciate your support. Make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you get notified of when I go live and when I upload videos. Today's broadcast is all about the astrology of the new moon in Libra. We're going to go through the general meaning of a new moon in Libra. We're going to go through the major aspects that this moon is making to other planets and what that means for us collectively, but then also how this moon is placed in your chart, mostly based off of your rising sign, but you can also look at the sun, moon, and Venus to get more information and into how this moon will be affecting you personally. So Libra is a beautiful energy. It's also ruled by the planet Venus, and I'm really excited because that's a really nice segue into the Moon Goddess training, which starts tomorrow. So today is the last day to sign up, or up until tomorrow, 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern is when we start. It is a 6-week program that I am so excited about. I don't do this program very often, but it is an opportunity for you to connect with other women and to have and create a community. But more than that, it's really about initiating yourself into the mystery schools. And we're going to do a powerful initiation tomorrow. That's what's happening at 4 p.m. into the mystery schools of Hathor, Isis, the Sisterhood of the Rose. And on Saturday, we begin the weekly sessions, which are about 2 hours. Sometimes they go way over, but they'll be held on Zoom. Saturdays are going to be at 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern, and they'll be live. So we'll be talking to each other, communicating with each other. And some of the things, just a few of the things that we're going to be talking about are the moon centers, how to chart your moon centers. We'll be journaling throughout the whole 6 weeks. We'll also be working with the moon cycles and the phases, learning about the equinoxes, the solstices, the Celtic wheel, which is also a very important aspect to ceremonially and ritually work with the moon goddess energies. We'll be talking about Hermetic alchemy, like straight up the 7 laws of Hermetic alchemy. We're going to be talking a lot about astrologically how the moon goddess and the goddess in general shows up in a chart and where you can find these powerful markings. So I'll actually show you how to find them. We're going to be doing a whole lecture on working with astro.com, which is the free website that gives you the ability to pull up your chart and other people's charts. And there's just so much that we're going to talk about. And that's just a little bit of the things that we're going to talk about. We'll also talk about intuition and how intuition works and your own special kind of intuition and where you can see those things in your chart as well. And I could go on and on and on, but I am really excited to begin tomorrow. So if you feel that inkling, I've extended the discounted price of $222, and there is a payment plan if you want to sign up through payment plan as well. And so you can continue to sign up. And even after tomorrow, I'm going to keep announcing it because there's going to be replays. I'm going to upload the replays onto the student portal. And if you are in the Moon Goddess training and you are watching right now, make sure to go log into the student portal and print out all the handouts, except the Moon Goddess necklace booklet because that one's too long. But print out the handouts and then you'll be fully ready for beginning tomorrow. We're also going to do a 40-day meditation. I have an Instagram account that is called @MoonGoddessTraining, which I recommend all of you guys follow. And then follow me like on my regular Instagram account, which is Channel for Grace as well. But in the Moon Goddess Training account, I'm going to share the 40-day meditation live with everyone. So anyone here can join us for the 40-day meditation. You don't have to be signed up for the Moon Goddess training, but if you are, you'll understand more about the meditation, and it'll really like hone in the power of this training. So I'm so excited about that. Let's say hi to everybody that's in the chat. Melissa, welcome in. Jill, welcome. Christina Maria, welcome in. Nave Gante Suti, is that Sutil? Welcome in. Sorry, I probably butchered your name. Rebecca, hello. Jerlene, hello. Sage, welcome in. Thank you guys for being here. Carmel, Shannon's here. Maria is here. You guys are amazing. Boobarth, Traylene, hello, Veronica. Did I miss anybody? I don't think I did. But thank you. And those are the people that are actually in the chat. But I know there's more people out there watching. So thank you guys for watching as well. Also, go check out hey Michelle, go check out my malas. So today I really have fallen in love with the mala for, and I got it all tangled, the Ophiuchus mala. I have like seriously fallen in love with it. This one there's 7 of them. So you've got Andromeda, you've got Pleiades, you've got Orion, you've got Sirius, Ophiuchus, and Lyra, and they all have these really sweet charms. They're all made with like a specific major crystal, which activates your DNA when you wear it in your, like through your aura, pierces through the aura, activates your DNA. Crystals work that way energetically. And each one of them, I picked a specific crystal that helps activate that energy and connects you to your starseed family. So if you're an Ophiuchus starseed, then this would be the one that you would get. And if you want to know what your starseed markings are, I do starseed readings. You can book on my website. There's links to everything that I offer in the description of this video. So thank you for the reminder, stories. Oh, thank you, Shannon, for moderating. Yes, please like this video and definitely subscribe. And let's hop into the new moon in Libra. Are you guys ready? The last time I did the new moon astrology video. I do have one for Lyra. I have one for each of them. And I'm designing a moon goddess mala too, which is gonna have moonstone, rainbow moonstone, rose quartz, and pearls, because the ocean and the moon and oh my God. Anyways, I'm getting carried away with this conversation. But yes, so they all are there. And let's talk about the astrology. So the last time was the last new moon. I totally missed the full moon because I was sick. So it's exciting to be back, and we'll see what channels through this energy. I'm going to switch over to the screen where you can see the actual chart for the new moon. And let me know when you guys can actually see it. And we're just going to dive right in. So I'm able to mark up the chart and show you guys where everything is. All right. Yeah, thanks, Jerlene. I appreciate. Yeah, a moon goddess mala. Although I already have a moon goddess necklace made with gold filled everything, and it's so beautiful to balance the moon centers. I'm gonna make a moon goddess mala because I have to. All right, so here we go. How do you know that there is a new moon happening? You have to look for the conjunction between the sun and the moon. Here they happen to be at 13 degrees, but really they happen to be conjunct Mars, and then Mercury is not very far ahead of this Libra energy. So what we would call this is a Libra stellium. 3 or more planets in the same sign really intensify the energy. So right away, this is a strong moon because there's a lot of planets together in the sign of Libra here. So obviously the sun is the soul, the moon is the emotions, Mars is our drive and our motivation, Mercury is our mind and our mode of communication. Mercury is retrograde right now, so there's a lot of reflective energies in terms of the umbrella of Libra. The umbrella of Libra, so we can get into the general meaning of a new moon in Libra, is about balancing relationships, justice, peace, harmony. Yeah, we'll talk about 13 degrees and what that means. In general, a new moon in Libra or a full moon in Libra will be ruled by the planet Venus, because Venus is in dignity in the sign of Libra. This is about healing relationships, bringing harmony and balance to relationships. And also a new moon is new beginnings within the realm of relationships. So what do you want to manifest? The power of Mars, hello Nelvin, welcome in, which is our drive and motivation, is here to help us achieve or to take action towards those goals. The thing with Mars in Libra is that it is in detriment. However, Chiron, he will be the dispositor of Chiron, which is opposing the moon. Chiron's over here making that opposition to the new moon, and Mars rules the sign of Aries. So somehow they're communicating here together, and I'll talk a little bit more about that in a moment. But it's very significant that Mars, which is what helps us take action in life, is here as well. So that's in a general aspect what this new moon is really about. Hello, Dana, welcome in. So that's the first part of deciphering what the energies of the new moon are. But there are specific aspects beyond just this conjunction that this moon is making that are very significant. For example, I already talked about it, but let's just go into this. The opposition to Chiron. Chiron is known as the wounded healer. He's the centaur. In Aries, collectively, he is helping us heal our own sense of self, our own sense of identity. And Chiron is an outer, well, he's like the Rainbow Bridge asteroid, but he is outer sort of planet or asteroid, which means that he takes a long time to transit through a sign. So he's going to be in Aries. He's been in Aries for a while, and he's going to be in Aries for a long time. So this is about healing our identity. Like, who am I? Are questions that Chiron and Aries asks. What am I doing here? You know, like is who I am inside. It's like that Mulan song. When will my reflection show who I am inside? So it's that struggle to define yourself, first of all, but it's also the courage to step out into the world and fully be that, and no matter what. That's Aries energy. It's the courage, and it's the inspiration, the activation to go out and do it, the impulse to be that. That's the healing journey that we're on. So an opposition to a moon in Libra, which is the opposite of me, myself, and I, it's relationships. This activates the power of healing ourselves within our relationships. As we heal ourselves, so do our relationships heal, because it's like a domino effect. And unfortunately, that often means that we lose people in our lives, because the more that we change and find ourselves, the less that we tolerate or accept. We end up making very strong boundaries with people if we truly are healed. And the boundaries are difficult to make, but they're necessary because we understand our own value, and we know that that doesn't work for me. This does work for me. This is honoring me, honoring who I am. And that relationship is not honoring who I am. So we end up making very strong boundaries with people once we begin to truly heal ourselves, and we lose a lot of people in our lives. And that's the realm of Libra and relationships. So how interesting is it that Mars, the planet of action and drive, is saying, you are already going through the healing process of Chiron in Aries. Now find yourself within your relationships and feel that balance and harmony coming back into your life. Try to understand other people and their perspective, but also like take no shit. It's a very interesting dynamic. But this is the reason why I titled the video, part of the reason why I titled the video, Optimizing the Alchemy of Deep Healing. The goddess, right? The goddess moon, because it's Libra and it has to do with Venus, the goddess of love and beauty and relationships, optimizing the alchemy of deep healing. That's literally what, if I was going to describe this energy that we're looking at here, it would be that, optimizing the alchemy of deep healing. And so in that way, this can be a very intense experience for some people. For others, it can be a less intense because you are maybe at a different point on your path of healing your own sense of self. Maybe you know yourself and like you're not concerned with what people are going to think about you, or you're not concerned with what's going to happen. You're not there. Like I said, the boundaries that we make when we start to heal ourselves, our sense of self, and we find that inner courage, once you get to that place, there's no going back. I am a very clear example of that. It's like once I cross the line, this specific line within myself, you become so strong in a way that nothing can move you, nothing can shake you. So when people try to bring, and this is the realm of relationships, their toxicity or their insecurities or their own whatever they're dealing with, their own toxic patterns and behaviors, that doesn't affect you, and it's like, it's easy to like say, no, thank you, I'm good, moving on, right? So that you have to ask yourself, where am I at in that process? Because that's going to determine how the energy of this new moon will affect you in a very personal way. So that's the main aspect that's going on, and it's a really big deal, right? Deep healing within ourselves and within our relationships. However, there is more going on here. The sun, the moon, and Mars are making a trine to Saturn. Saturn he's the teacher. He is also the restrictor, or the one that puts the rules and the structures and makes you take responsibility for everything in your life. But it's a trine, and a trine is a positive aspect. It brings in harmonious energies. It says that the conversation here is one of mutual understanding and harmony and helping each other. So Saturn is helping us right now. He's retrograde, but in just a few days, Saturn, I think on the 10th, he's going to go direct. So he's getting ready for that direct motion. And the minute he goes direct, it stops being so much about an internal process and starts being about, we actually get to see in the collective the changes, the last 6 months, how the last 6 months are going to like manifest in the world. And this has to do with Aquarius, which is the people, which is humanity, which is the collective, the Aquarian age. It is also how you're sharing your gifts with the world, your friendships, your networks of people. All of those things are being affected right now by this strong energy of Saturn. And he is bringing, because Uranus rules Aquarius, and he can be like a rebel. Aquarius can be a rebel, wants to do everything its own way. And so Saturn is bringing some kind of organization or some kind of regulation to the wild energy that is Aquarius. So it's actually a good thing that Saturn is here, because then it would be like a wild, all over the place. We wouldn't know what's going on, what's up or down. That energy is still here. We are experiencing that, but it's somewhat controlled at the moment. When Pluto moves into Aquarius, it's over. Like, crazy stuff's going to happen. More crazy than we've seen. I don't even know. I can't even imagine. But there's something significant about this trine, and it is that both these, the new moon and Saturn, are also making a trine to Ceres, who is known as the nurturing goddess or the nurturing mother. This means that there is a grand trine, which would be this is what we would call a grand trine, in the sign of air. So what does this do? This activates our intellectual capacity. That means our ability to process thoughts, our ability to communicate, our ability to find harmony with each other, balance, our ability to work with other people, to collaborate with other people. So all of the aspects, all of the air signs, Gemini, communication, Aquarius, the people, Libra, relationships, they all harmoniously like communicate with each other. So Ceres is the nurturing mother, and she's in Gemini, close to the North Node, the collective North Node, which I call it. And she's actually asking us to focus on what's in front of us in our own daily lives, not so much what's outside of us, but what's inside of us or within our immediate environment. And also to focus on that clear communication, understanding. You think of Mercury, this is the dispositor of this Ceres energy is Mercury, which is conjunct basically the new moon. So there's all these aspects interacting with each other. In general, this is an activation of our intellectual capacity and ability to understand and communicate with each other. So that's another thing that's helping during this time. The next energies as well is that Mercury is making a trine. Where is it? Over here. A trine to Jupiter. Another trine, which is a harmonious energy. So Mercury being, these planets are both retrograde. So we're going to experience this specific aspect as a more internal thing. But Mercury, the planet of communication, but also hermetic alchemy, the Thoth, the alchemist, and then Jupiter, the planet of expansion. When they trine, this expands the energy. It expands the energy of Mercury. So Jupiter is the one that does the expanding, but it brings harmony. A trine to Jupiter brings optimism. It brings good luck. It brings like ease when it comes to Mercury in the realm of communication, or at least processing your own thoughts and understanding things in your own internal way. There is one intense aspect. So far we've literally seen trines, one opposition to Chiron, which is significant, but this Mercury is also making a square to Pluto. And that is the one very challenging aspect, because Pluto, he's actually, another aspect that's happening is he's going to be going direct right after the same day as the moon. And Pluto goes direct, and everything that has been hidden, we've been processing internally, subconsciously, literally it throws up. It comes out and it says, well, it's been hiding, it's been processing, but now it's time to see it. And so the truth comes out. And because this is a new moon in Libra, this is the truth about our relationships. There's going to be tons of revelations about where we're at and whether we've done the work or not. Like all of this, so much processing going on. And it's an internal struggle that's going on. The square creates a challenge in the way of communication because it says, with Pluto, it'll bring up things that you don't want to see. It'll bring up things that you wanted to keep hidden, that you wanted to keep like in the underworld, in the subconscious, didn't really want to acknowledge it, but now it's coming out and it's affecting you in an internal way because these are retrogrades. So the battle is inside. There's a battle going on inside within yourself, and to resolve it, you have to look at very, very clearly at what is coming up for you with this new moon in terms of relationships. That's the only way. You got to face it. You got to face the fears. You got to face those things that come up, and then process them internally, and then do your best to resolve it with, if it is possible to resolve it. But the most important thing is to resolve these things within yourself. Venus is also doing a powerful transit, and that's important because she rules this moon. So we got to look at what Venus is doing. She's in Scorpio during this new moon at 28 degrees, but she's like literally almost into Sagittarius. She goes into Sagittarius the next day. So at this moment, even though she's not in Sagittarius yet, she is conjuncting with an orb, the South Node. And that's going to bring up karma. That's going to bring up past lives. That's going to bring up lessons. That's going to bring up old belief systems. Sagittarius is our belief systems. So old belief systems that are not serving you right now, Venus is exploring that space. She's saying, are you ready to let go of these things that you used to think, you used to feel, you used to believe, and move towards the truth? Because the truth will set you free. But first, like I said, you have to face that truth. Yeah, right. Christina Maria says fun. But that's what the South Node conjunctions do. In a few days, the Moon and Venus will actually conjunct the South Node in Sag, and we'll feel that transit a little bit more intensely. But for now, just the conjunction here says there's something about we're learning about the past. Like we're learning from the past, where we get an opportunity to look at whatever things from the past, whether it's this lifetime, your childhood, past lives. Those things come up with the South Node because it's the space where you feel comfortable, but you are not supposed to be there. It's the space that gives you, like, it's your comfort zone. But we need to get out of the comfort zone. We can't stay with old belief systems right now, especially because that's the South Node. The South Node, we're supposed to, in astrology, the whole point of the South Node is, yes, it's your comfort zone, but it's not where you're supposed to focus your energy. You came here to focus on your North Node. You came here to focus on your destiny. The South Node is not destiny. The South Node is the past. And that's why we have to focus. We have to see it, let go of the old belief systems, and move into a better space. And that's, Venus is like, with the South Node is very significant because that's what it's bringing up in terms of relationships. Relationships is everything right now. And we have been discovering, because the last 2 years have really been about discovering different ways of relating to people, because so many things in our external world have changed. Like literally relating has been like a big deal, right? Like 6 feet apart, whatever, like stay home, like the normal way of the world, like you can't gather in huge groups anymore and stuff like that. The normal way of relating has been changing. It's almost like our humanity has been taken away. And we are learning what it actually feels like to not have those connections. And we're seeing very clearly what the connections that are around us are really doing to us and how they're affecting us. That's why it's the ripping off of the Band-Aid. It's the unveiling of the truth. That's what's been going on. It's the breaking down of old structures and patterns, socially and collectively, because a new way of relating with each other is coming. We need to create it. We need to innovate ourselves, Aquarius, into the new relationships. But a lot of that right now people are experiencing the tower falling in their lives. That's why there's so much depression. Like, that's why people feel like they're like losing their minds. Everything changing so fast is going to cause chaos. So there's chaos in the collective. Barbara Handclough wrote a book called The Alchemy of 9 Dimensions. And the 4th dimension is like the collective consciousness. If we're not doing the work, the collective consciousness, like the canopy that sort of covers everything, the collective energies, it won't clear. And right now it's filled with like so much fear and so many like intense emotions and all these things that we can't control personally. But if you're an empath, or if you feel very sensitive to other energies, you will not be able to not feel. And that's where, like, a lot of times you need to ask yourself, if you're feeling those negative emotions, but in your life there's nothing really to cause the pain, the anger, the depression, the this and the that, then maybe it's not yours. And maybe what you're feeling is someone else's emotions, the collective consciousness. So when you do your own work, whether through meditation, healing, all that stuff, when you let go, right, of what's not yours, you're clearing the energy of that canopy of the 4th dimension. And that's why it's so important right now, more than ever, during these dark times, to hold the light. And holding the light means like being in your courage, being in your strength, being confident. That's Chiron and Aries teaching us that. So it's a natural progression that this will affect our relationships. Because like I said, you work on yourself, and it's like a domino effect. It affects your relationships. So I want to go over the Sabian symbol and the Chandra symbol for this moon. And this is my favorite part of these astrology videos, because I love symbols. Symbols really help me to understand things, obviously, because I channel messages. And so the symbols really help to like understand this, from if you're like an artist, or if you're aligned with, if you're more of like, I think it's, right brain. Left brain is more analytical. Right brain is like the artistic. If you're more like right brain oriented, the symbols really help to like absorb the message in a different way. So here we go. 13 degrees of Libra Sabian symbol. A journalist pushes his way through a crowded party to the terrace, where under the half moon, which is the quarter moon, and that's the symbol. The half moon is the quarter moon, which means the moon is squaring the sun, which means it's sort of a tense energy. Under the half moon, a celebrity snoozes on a hammock. He rouses him and plies him with questions. So right away, this is like a forceful energy. This reminds me of Mars. I'm just going to come in and like wake you up, and I don't care. I don't care what you think. I don't care what you feel. I'm just going to like plow through and like just push my way through. That's the energy of this degree. This is about gaining access to an attractive or an interesting social group by conforming to their beliefs and expectations. Keep their true purpose and beliefs under wraps, sometimes get more information, sometimes to avoid a scene. So to me, that is about, that's about ignoring yourself, not like hiding who you are, because you wanna be seen in a positive way. This is also about cultivating a witty, easygoing, entertaining personality that gains one admittance to most social groups, ignoring tacit social rules to get what they're after. This is a very pushy energy. This is about recognizing that one only has half the story. That is important. That is a big lesson of this moon, because Libra is about getting the other half of the story, understanding the other half. That's where you find the harmony. This is also about filling in the picture by looking into the realities of other people or other social circles, subtly probing others to clarify one's suspicions versus lying back and dreaming up plausible stories rather than getting the facts. So this is a very active energy. This moon is forcing us, with Mars right there, especially with Mars, to like take action, to go figure it out, to don't just sit there and think about don't just make up things. Go find the truth. This is about being in the dark versus bringing secrets to light, turning out unpleasant aspects of reality versus tuning out unpleasant aspects of reality versus rude awakening. So a very forceful energy is here with this moon, according to the Sabian symbol, that is pushing us towards action, pushing us towards finding the truth. How that plays out, that's up to you. But at least that it feels that way too, because there is a lot of, harmony and balance when it comes to Libra energy. But according to that Sabian symbol, there's more to it than just the harmony and the balance. It's like you need to go find it. You need to go figure it out. All right. The Chandra symbol for this moon is a chariot pulled by 4 elephants. The first thing that makes me think of is the chariot is it's here to take you to somewhere else. But also with the elephants, it's going to take you there, but it's going to move really slow. Embarking upon a highly unusual journey in which getting there is a very remote prospect. But along the way, upon the eternal road, you come upon absolutely everything that can trigger inner changes. You are granted the perfect view of the entire passing scene. And as you take it all in, the alchemy of deep process inside the soul optimizes the value and meaning of what you meet. Slowly, just underneath, you become aware, in sync and steady on. And soon, all is perfect. You know where you are, and you recognize what is asked of those with eyes to see. How beautiful is that? I'll read it again. Embarking upon a highly unusual journey in which getting there is a very remote prospect. But along the way, upon the eternal road, you come upon absolutely everything that can trigger inner changes. You are granted the perfect view of the entire passing scene. And as you take it all in, the alchemy of deep process inside the soul optimizes the value and meaning of what you meet. Slowly, just underneath, you become aware, in sync and steady on. And soon all is perfect. You know where you are and you recognize what is asked of those with eyes to see. I really, really like this Chandra symbol because it says that we are on our way to something, to perfection. We're on our way to something really beautiful, to knowing ourselves, to understanding ourselves, to recognize, to know where we are. But the journey is going to be, it's going to take time. Elephants don't move fast, but the chariot does take you somewhere. So we are moving somewhere, but it's going to take some time. That's the affirmation of this moon. And then in terms of where this is happening in your chart, let's actually go over all of the signs one by one. And I'll actually use the names on the screen so you can see where we're at. So for Aries, Sun, Moon, Venus, but especially rising, this moon is happening in the 7th house. And this is the house of relationships. So for you, it accentuates the meaning of everything that I said. For Aries rising especially, everything that happens in its like normal house. So everything is almost like it's stronger for you because the theme of it is accentuated. So relationships are a big deal for you, Aries. You need to pay attention. Everything that I said, working on all of these energies are the key, and resolving things in your relationships that are not working are the key to healing yourself, because you are with Chiron. And for you, if you have Sun in Aries, also like maybe close to Chiron, you might have Chiron on your Sun. You might have Chiron on your rising. You might have Chiron on your moon, on Venus. Wherever Chiron is in your chart, wherever you have Aries in your chart, that's where the healing is happening. And on the opposite side of the spectrum, the moon is saying, okay, as you heal yourself, you heal your relationship. So this is about awakening to how this dynamic is affecting you in your life. All right, Taurus, Sun, Moon, Venus, and rising. The moon is happening in your 6th house. The new intentions that you have to set have to focus on your daily life, your schedule, the things that you can control in your own life. Like when you wake up, what do you do? What do you do during the day? How do those things are very important. The 6th house is also about health, focusing on your health. And the 6th house is also about work. So this could mean that work relationships, partnerships, business partnerships, these are the things, these are the places where you're going to see the action mostly occurring in your life, because especially of the Taurus rising, but whatever message is coming through for you intuitively, if you feel that it's for you, then it's for you. But this is about you taking care of the things that you can control right in front of you. All right, Gemini, Sun, Moon, Venus, and rising. This moon is happening in your 5th house. So this is going to affect your relationships with children, your own or other people's children, and also your relationship with romantic partners, relationships that are very passionate, your own passion and your own creativity. So with Mars transiting your 5th house, this is an opportunity to focus on being creative. And through that creativity or through that creative space, you will uncover the resolution to any issues going on between these types of relationships. So that's what to focus on. The 5th house, passion, creativity, children, romance, all of that stuff. For Cancer, Sun, Moon, Venus, and rising, this moon is actually happening in your 4th house, which is the house that is ruled by Cancer. It's the house of the home, and it's the house of family. So expect the relationships that are most sort of being highlighted right now for you are your family, the people that you live with, just whatever is going on at home. So home, the theme of home is where your focus is taking you to with all of this Libra energy. This Libra season for you is about working on your home and family environment and how that is unfolding, affecting you, how to resolve the issues. The highlight will be, okay, here's where this is going on. And then your action will be to decide what you're going to do with the information that you receive from this powerful new moon. All right, for Leo, Sun, Moon, Venus, and rising, this is going to happen in your 3rd house. So this is the house of communication and siblings too. So it could be sibling relationships, but communication in general. You are asked to focus on taking time to listen, taking time to reflect, taking time to understand others' views, viewpoints, opinions, communicating in a more harmonious way, but also doing a lot of reflection. There's a lot of reflection going on for Leos, especially Leo rising. And before you say anything, it's about taking the time to really truly understand everything before you make a decision. That's what I'm receiving through the channeled message for Leo. Take your time. Don't Don't act too fast. Look for solutions that are going to bring more balance and harmony into your life. All right, Virgo, Sun, Moon, Venus, and Rising. This moon is happening in your second house. And that is significant because the second house of finances and values is being aspected and being transited by all these planets in Libra, which is Venus ruled. And Venus is the lesser benefic. So the Libra energy brings in abundance, brings in good luck. So in terms of finances, this would be a good opportunity for Virgo rising, especially to set intentions for how do you want to bring more abundance into your life? How do you want to manifest that abundance? And how much do you value yourself within your relationships? And how much do you value your relationships in general? Those are the big themes that are going to affect you with this moon. And then we get to Libra, Sun, Moon, Venus, and Rising. And this means that you're having a first house transit. Everything is about you right now, your identity, your sense of self, how you define yourself, and how this relates to your relationships. Because you've got Chiron. This means you have Chiron in the 7th house of relationships. So you're learning how to find your voice. Because I think with Libra, specifically Libra rising, but Libra in general, you have a hard time finding your voice because you give so much to others. You give so much space for everything else, for everyone else. And then you get lost because you can't decide where to go. You get stuck. The word is stuck. So this is about you understanding yourself, not getting stuck, using that Mars energy to take action towards your own sense of self and understanding yourself. And that is what's happening for Libra. Now, Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Venus, and Rising, you're having a 12th house transit with this moon. So new moon in the 12th house is about setting intentions. This is about your dreams, your intuition, your psychic abilities, things that are hidden to the subconscious mind that comes out to the surface. So you may notice that there are certain things within relationships that start to become revealed that were very deeply hidden, not really to your awareness or your understanding, but now you're going to see them and you're going to see how your own subconscious patterns are affecting your relationships. All right, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Venus, and Rising. This is happening in your 11th house, which is the house of your friendships, your networks of people, humanity as a whole, collective energy, and then how you are sharing yourself with others. So this will affect all of those types of relationships. So this is an opportunity for you to find yourself. With Chiron in the 5th, is like you're finding your own creativity, you're finding your own passion, and then as long as you find what's really truly yours, when you come out with it, when you share it with others, it'll be really beautiful. And that's the dynamic. It's about understanding yourself through your creativity and your passion right now, and then allowing yourself to begin a new way of being within those types of relationships, which is friendships and acquaintances and networks of people. So it's about expanding outwards and working with people in general and finding but first you have to find your own sense of self and your own creativity and your own passion. That's the key to healing your sense of self, and then you can take it out into the world and try to find that harmony that you found within yourself, within your relationships with others, specifically friendships. All right, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Venus, and Rising. This is a 10th house transit. So for you, this is about your life path, your career. You want to focus on how you're showing up in the world, and you want to set intentions. This can bring balance and harmony to your career, to your life path, what you're supposed to do to really show up for the world. And if you set intentions with this new moon for this energy, you may discover new people that show up into your life that help you move forward in this realm of career and in your life path and how you're showing up. So it's important for you to recognize also the kinds of relationships in this area of life that are working and serving you, and then the ones that are not working and not serving you, and letting go, doing that true healing to let go of those relationships within the realm of career, work, all that stuff. And then maybe starting something new, maybe starting a new career, maybe starting a new way of doing things, a new way of showing up for the world that brings more harmony to your relationships within this space. All right, Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Venus, and Rising. This is a 9th house transit. So for you, this is about expanding your ideas, expanding your belief systems, expanding your worldview, and understanding relationships in general from a whole nother level. Mars is going to ask you to be a little bit more bold and go find the answers. Be a little bit more bold and go searching for your own truth. Be more bold and take action with when you find a solution, when you figure it out, when you feel like you've got something, then taking action and going for it and understanding it at a deeper level. That's the Aquarius energy and the 9th house of expansion. But this is really about understanding things from a deeper perspective and maybe even changing your worldview. All right, Pisces, Sun, Moon, Venus, and Rising. This is a 8th house transit. So for you, the new moon invites change. The new moon invites release. The new moon invites transmutation, transition. You are in a moment of transition right now. You are in a moment of change, and you're feeling it with every cell of your being. The focus for you is relationships with people that give you something, any kind of resource or valuable resource. Doesn't have to be money, but these are the relationships where there's more of a you receiving than giving. These are the relationships that are going to be affected. But this is an opportunity for you to really let go of old ways, old belief system, old things. Let the tower fall and open yourself up for a new way of being within relationships, because that's what the 8th house is. And that's what the new moon in Libra is all about. All right, you guys. Got through it. I feel like I lost my voice talking so much. I was talking for like an hour nonstop. But thank you all so much for being here. I can't wait for tomorrow for the Moon Goddess training to begin. There's still time to sign up. Make sure you check out the link in the description of this video. Thank you to all the moderators, Shannon, Christina Maria, Traylene, Valerie, Maria. Thank you guys. I know I missed a lot of comments. You guys had some fun in the chat, but I appreciate you guys. Dana, Rebecca, Nelvin, everybody that I can't actually see because I have to go all the way through the chat. But you guys, I so appreciate every single one of you for showing up for my videos. Please share them out if you feel so called, and make sure to join my newsletter. That's the best way to stay in contact, especially when social media and things go down. The email list is a sure place to stay in contact. So make sure to download my free Moon Astrology guide, and then that'll get you onto my email list. And then you'll get the Moon Magic report that goes out every Wednesday morning. Tomorrow's is already ready to go. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Tomorrow is the new moon ceremony too. So we'll be singing and dancing and celebrating and having a good old time. Yes, we're going to have our Moon Goddess training before the official public new moon ceremony. So thank you guys so much again. And I will see you all tomorrow for the Moon Goddess training at 4 and at 6 Pacific for the ceremony. Sat Nam, you guys.